Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joe here. Thanks for visiting my channel. And if you have not subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, please click on the link below, the red button. And as well, just make sure that you click on the bell so that you get notifications of any videos that I make. As well, if you like this video, you could please give it a thumbs up and share it with your families and friends. This video, today I wanted to go over some thoughts and insight. I've been battling a pretty bad cold the last 3-4 days, and it started off that I visited a family that I tutor, and they were sick, I guess, with the flu and all of the other like bad symptoms of cough and cold, and most of them were healed, but they told me that they were better, but they told me that they were all sick in the bed. But leaving that home, coming back again, I was outside, the weather was changing, it was hot, and then it got really cold, and it was warmer again, and I wasn't wearing properly, like thicker layers. And just heading back home that night, I noticed that I wasn't feeling the same. I was getting a little bit sick. So it started off like light headache, some stuffy nose, a little bit, not too heavy. And that night, I had a really bad sore throat. It got really bad over the night, and I woke up in the morning, and if you follow my channel, you know that I'm really pro naturopathic. I believe that for every illness and disease there is some sort of natural cure, natural remedy that we can look into nature, into the spiritual world, into the physical world to cure. Spiritual, I mean in terms of praying to God, praying to Jesus for healing. And so I woke up that night, my throat was very, like, it was like as if I swallowed a rose bush, with like the thorns in my throat. Like, that feeling was very bad. So immediately I went to took a cup of distilled water, and I added I have Brazilian sea salt, so I added a teaspoon of Brazilian sea salt, and I gurgled salt and water for like 10 times. And doing that, I could feel that there was a lot of burning initially, but then shortly after, like the 5th or 6th time that I gurgled the water, the feelings of pain were dissipating. I started feeling much better. I could swallow without any issues or pain. So that day, again, the symptoms of the cold started progressing, started getting stuffy nose, and I was determined to start treating myself with, I have date syrup molasses from Iraq, from Basra, Basra, in Arabic that's the pronunciation. They have 100%, I have 100% pure, well, it's about 80% concentrated date syrup molasses with no preservatives or chemicals added whatsoever. It's not certified organic, but you know, I trust that product over the many other products that you would find here that are not certified organic. So I started taking that, and I've done that before, where I treated cold, cough, sinus symptoms with date syrup molasses, and it works. It worked for me, and immediately I started feeling much better, more energized. I had like maybe 5 tablespoons of this date syrup molasses. I know it has a very high sugar content, but contrary to what many people say, okay, you have to watch high sugar, if you do their studies, every sugar is different. Certain sugars are bad for you, for example, processed sugars, refined sugars, flours. But looking into sugars such as date syrup molasses, many studies are coming out from England and from University of Washington, that these sugars are inhibiting growth of many like bad bacteria, parasitic bacteria, promoting the growth of good bacteria. Manuka honey. I have also pure, 100% pure creamed honey from Alberta, white honey. I also have organic honey and maple syrup, 100% pure Canadian maple syrup. And I tried the date molasses, 5 tablespoons, one after another. I didn't have anything for breakfast, and I had a cup of water, and I had my ordinary organic, certified organic coffee. I have a video about my organic coffee that I use. You can watch that video if you watch my channel or click on my videos. I'll try to include a link below to that video. And I started feeling better. Actually, like mid-afternoon, my nose wasn't stuffy anymore, and I was feeling better. My chest, there was no congestion or any coughing or anything there. My chest was still good the first day. But once I had my lunch, a little bit later in the afternoon, I had like a lunch. And again, it wasn't really the best idea for lunch. It was, I can't remember what I had, but it was a little bit heavy meal. Soon after, right after I had the lunch, I started feeling ill again. Like, I was getting sicker. I'm feeling more sick. So, sorry if the light, sorry guys, the light's a little bit dark here. It was better before, now it's a little bit dark. I'll just turn on this light temporarily. So, I don't know if I should do that, but I'll just keep it off for now. You guys can hear my voice. You don't have to see my ugly face. Oh, I'm just kidding. So I started getting ill, like feeling ill right after the meal, and I felt tired. Again, shortly after, I started getting the stuffy nose again. That night, again, my throat was clear after the salt water. Didn't have any burning in the throat. My throat was fine, but I had the stuffy nose, runny nose, blowing the nose, etc. So overnight that happened, the phlegm. But this is the first year that I don't feel as ill going through this like stage of cough, cold, and I didn't get a fever. But cough and cold, usually if I'm in the bed, like I feel like crap. I feel very bad. This is the first year I actually feel normal, somewhat, getting through it. And so the second day, same story. I was feeling better. I was energetic. I woke up in the morning, gurgled salt and water, had my date syrup molasses. This time I made a concoction of date syrup molasses with 100% pure maple syrup. So I took 2 tablespoons of date syrup molasses, 1 tablespoon of 100% pure maple syrup, and I added 1 teaspoon of my Alberta white honey, 100% cream. It's creamed honey. I stirred that up, and I took that for my breakfast. I didn't have anything else. Once I took that, I had a couple coughs, and I got mucus coming out, and I felt better, like energetic. I'm awake, I'm not drowsy, feeling energetic. Although my night I didn't sleep well, and that continued up until I had my lunch again. Once I had my lunch, and again, it wasn't really the healthiest meal. We went out with the family with some buffet. It was a Middle Eastern buffet, but a lot of the bread, and there's bread there. A lot of, I could see some stuff that was processed. You know, it wasn't made homemade. It was processed, like the canned baba ganoush. And this place is pretty popular, but I don't want to give its name. But some of the items tasted excellent, like the kebabs tasted perfect. But again, I was having too much a heavy meal. And I had a mixture of meats. I had beef and I had fish. The fish was awful. The fish was not representative of Middle Eastern fish. It was really tasteless, and maybe that triggered me to feel like, really, I got in the dumps right after that. I came home. My son was a little bit tired. He's 2.5. He slept. I slept with him a little bit, like about an hour. I woke up, my stomach was hurting, I had pains in my arms. I was feeling like crap, like worse than the day before. Although prior to eating, I was feeling great. Normal health, like not really normal, still going through those cold symptoms, but not to that level. Like it was almost like on the back burner. So again, I was feeling very bad. That night was the worst night. I had a lot of runny nose. Then I started coughing. So the coughing came. And this time I was determined to have enough willpower to eat properly and understand. I realized then that every time I'm eating, I'm recessing back to feel more sick. This cold symptoms is overcoming me when I was not eating properly. So that night, again, I made my concoction of maple syrup with 100% date syrup from Iraq and the Alberta honey, mixed them together, had like 5 tablespoons of that, and I had a light mixture of green peas and some butter, olive oil, and avocado oil. I had like that as my little snack for the evening, and I went to bed, and I woke up the next day still with some of the cough, but feeling much better, like perfect. Now this is the day today, like I'm feeling better, you know. There's no cough. Usually when I get a cold and the cough starts, it doesn't stop. Like I'll cough and doesn't go away. Like it doesn't go away for 3-4 days, 5 days, even a week. But I'm noticing if I don't eat properly, those symptoms are amplifying. I'm feeling worse. I'm getting the cough, I'm getting the phlegm, the runny nose. But when I stop eating, when I recess myself to eating proper, like basic things such as pure sugars, such as the date syrup, pure maple syrup, very minimal. Like today in breakfast I had 2 farm eggs with some sea salt, and that's it. Nothing else. And my coffee, my organic coffee. So I had no coughs today. I have no runny nose. I'm perfect. So this is a record. Usually if I get a cold like this, I'm out it for a week, sometimes 2 weeks. So whatever I caught, from what I firmly believe, if I did not have those 2 lunch meals, which were out of my diet, were a little bit heavy and conventional, mixture of meats and processed stuff, etc., I think I would have been much better the next day. By the end of the next day, I would have been healed from this cold. So tell me what you guys think. Do you pass through that situation where you're feeling like you get a cold, and once you eat, if you go back to your eating habits, or if you eat your lunch or your breakfast, and if it's maybe not really of the healthy type, do you feel more like shit? You feel like garbage right after, and you get worse, cough gets worse, you may get a fever. And if you eat the healthy stuff, do you feel better right after? Tell me what you think. Thanks for following this channel. Your support is much appreciated, and God bless you all. Thanks for watching me. Share this video, and hope to hear from your comments below and respond to you personally. Take care. God bless.